Okay, we are live. This is the Small Towns, Small Minds podcast. I call it that just because I happen to live in a small town in the middle of nowhere in Montana. And I live in a teepee and I ride horses.
People still do ask that shit.
It's true, it's very true. But the reason I wanted to just put this podcast out there was to try a couple of different channels on our Ustream channel. I do another podcast where I work for a business development company, and this is just something that I enjoy not only listening to but putting together and producing and putting out there. So it's just an avenue for people to get into a conversation. I'm going to try to have guests eventually. I do have a special guest here today, air quotes, and he already chimed in, but we'll see a little bit about him later. But like I was saying, I call it Small Town, Small Minds because living in this small town of mine, I do get tired of the small-mindedness, the closed-mindedness, the lack of a broader opinion and greater outlook when it comes to life in this terrible place I call home. But I guess my name is Bob Walker. That's me that you're seeing up there on your screen. I don't know if the special guest wants to make an appearance. At least for now, we'll just keep that a mystery. But the idea I was just explaining to him was I like to listen to people have good conversations about different things. It helps to pass the time, especially right now at this point in the evening when nobody else is doing anything and you'd rather not watch the news. This is just another option.
Another outlet.
Another outlet for me to run my mouth to all of you. No guarantee that anybody's going to enjoy it, but I just think it's nice to get these ideas out there, whatever's floating around in our heads. And if there's any particular topic that other people might not know about, different facts that you haven't thought through with respect to anything that's going on in the news or whatever else, blah, blah, blah. It's just something that's kind of real and raw and unfiltered that you get to be a part of. So hopefully everything catches on, it takes off. Some people want to contribute to the show however possible. I got to thank my employer for the equipment and everything else, and hooking it up with a pretty slick setup here to make everything a lot easier. But like I was saying, it's just a way of kind of spreading out opinion and making people think beyond not just this small town, but this state and this country and everything else, because not everybody agrees with the way everything goes. I don't like to put myself into any particular label with respect to what kind of human being I am. But I do like to think bigger than most people do around here. I mean, it's a pretty conservative neck of the woods, and I'm not a really big fan of that, so I like to have those kind of conversations with different people. And that is kind of the operating premise of everything that's going on here. I did put the link up on my Facebook page. I didn't put it on my Twitter just because I'm not that fluent with the whole Twitter thing, I guess. And I don't have a lot of followers because I suck. But what were we talking about just before this all started happening? Special guest.
No, just rambling, really.
Yeah, and that's most of the podcasts that I do listen to. That's kind of the mood, but there is some pretty good nuggets of wisdom that come out from time to time. I just can't remember what it was that we were kind of stuck on. That was a little bit entertaining. And my microphone sucks. Yours sounds really good, so I do apologize.
I probably should have gave you this one since you're doing most of the talking.
No, that's completely fine. I don't think I would sound any better anyway, probably. But even though, I kind of have worldly views and worldly opinions and everything else, I believe in certain freedoms and certain restrictions. Yeah, I'm kind of a filthy hippie, but not by popular beliefs. I don't allegedly use any substances that might be believed to be any hallucinogenics or psychedelics or anything like that, but I like to take care of my body and my environment, my surroundings, and all of those different things. So there's that. I'm not sure that you share those views, special guest.
No, I just eat whatever the fuck I want.
For sure, yeah.
I get enough work out at work.
Yeah. I hear that. What the hell were we talking about? I thought it was pretty good.
I knew this was going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen too. See,
Stage fright.
It happens, but we got to get past it. We got to power through.
Soldier on.
We will survive. It doesn't help that it is 10 o'clock and, I might be a little bit tired. I'm sure you're a little bit tired too.
Oh, fuck.
But there isn't any other influences that are happening here. Just the tiredness and the boredom, and the fact that it's barely above freezing outside, if it is even above freezing. A few weeks ago, Montana was the coldest part of the world.
No, I'm ready for spring.
Which is pretty unreal.
No, it's actually 18 right now.
Yay. Still below freezing.
Probably. Yeah, well, yeah.
As long as it's above 0, though, people around here will walk around with basketball shorts and hoodies on. Just because, I don't know. I never got it, and, if you're offended by that, then you could be offended by anything, but I just never got how some people just don't try and they don't care. And on the other hand, there's a lot of people that overdo it too.
Oh, yeah.
Spend 20 minutes fixing yourself up just to go to the store to gas up your car. I don't know. There's got to be a balance, What are your peeves? Special guests? What are your pet peeves?
Fuck. I kind of got a lot.
Fire away.
You're putting me on the spot here.
Right now. This is happening. See. Well, I mean, that's kind of why I came up with the name Small Towns, Small Minds, because that's one of my peeves is people think that they're not a part of the real world around here, so they don't have to do different things to behave, at least progressively or in any way that should foster growth, not only in their lives, but their families and their communities and everything else. I'm pretty involved in the community. I was more. I should get back to it, but I'm kind of satisfied with the different things I do now. But people just don't try hard enough around here, I guess, is one of the things that I get frustrated with. And it's like people get comfortable being dumb and being just a little bit below mediocre. You know what I mean? And that's not everybody. There's a lot of people that try hard, so I'm not trying to take any credit away from anybody else, but for the most part, the overall attitude is, I don't need help. People can take care of themselves. Or if something's going on, I'm just going to turn the other cheek and try to pretend I'm not seeing it. Shit like that, so it's definitely something that could get on a person's nerves and develop a peeve. Special guest.
Develop a peeve? Well, one that's really common around here is racism.
Very true. Very true.
I mean, there's like two sides of the coin, though. There's the small-minded white people that, kind of look at us and treat us differently, but then there is the ones that, just give them a reason to.
True. Very true.
There's always, ones that are quick to play the race card and quick to, call them out on, just because I'm, Indian or whatever.
Yeah.
And that in itself just keeps burying us some more, keeps
It's true. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of reverse racism, and there's a lot of people that exacerbate the stereotypes. So it does
Yeah,
go both ways. It's an ugly
it's an ugly circle.
ideal. It's a vicious cycle, and all of that. But it's the reality of our situation. Just for specifications, both the special guest and I are Native American males. We have been our whole lives,
Most.
most of our lives, and we do live on a what would be called a border town. Havre is in between two Indian reservations. To the south of us is the Rocky Boys Indian Reservation. To the east of us is the Fort Belknap Indian Reservation, and that's where we're members of that community. We're enrolled members of those tribes, and so um, that's where we get that from. But neither of us believe in that whole system of saying, you Indians go and stay over here on your reserve that we gave you, because there's no opportunity there.
No, not much.
There's no resources. There's nothing else to do.
There is a lot of um, things into play to try and make it better.
True. Yeah.
I mean, there is attempts at improvement, but albeit it'd
baby
be
steps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slow process.
Yeah. Like I said, I do work for a development company. It's a business development company, and although that's the name of the game, that's the title that we operate under, we still try to do a lot of other things to try to expand on not just a way of stimulating the economy and creating commerce and everything like that. It's we're trying to make it a way of life and create positive habits. Like, one of the things that we do is we operate a trading post, and what that has created is an avenue for the local artists to bring their crafts and arts, whether it's beadwork, which of course is pretty popular with Native Americans, Indians, whatever. I don't say Indian, I say Indian, just for a lot of different reasons. I'll get into that a little bit later, but another part of that too is we're trying to start a food co-op, and one of the ideals with that is the type of people that you see at food co-ops everywhere else are hippies like me, trying to eat clean and live a lifestyle that doesn't impact Mother Earth as harshly as it should. And if you don't think that you need to live off of the earth and everything like that, you're an idiot. That's just the way that humans came about and evolved. But at least here in this town, there are a few more opportunities than there are on an Indian reservation, so I quite enjoy it, and I'm sure you do too, sir. If you don't mind me calling you sir.
No, not at all.
So what else is new in the world of special guests?
Fuck. Not much, really.
Not enough, maybe?
Not enough. No, this town's a little too small for me.
It is, that's true. I like to get out and enjoy the bigger and better things of other towns. But the one thing that I do like about being here is the solitude.
Yeah.
If you want to just chill out and enjoy the silence and not be bothered, this town is pretty good for that. A lot of people got used to it. That's their lifestyle. So, yeah. Oh, but the idea, as far as why we were called Indians originally,
Yeah, I don't like that term.
I don't either, because it implies that somebody is from India.
Yeah.
But
No, when I started working with a lot of the Caucasian descent,
Our
they,
Anglo brothers.
they, I'd always have to correct them.
Yeah.
I always corrected them, and them calling me Indian, as tell them, I'm not from India.
For sure.
I am Native American, and one not necessarily had a problem with I guess us being called getting to be called Native American. Like, it was a privilege because we were here first.
For sure, yeah.
And
We're native to this country.
some may have a problem because it wasn't America when we were here, so
Yeah,
I'm not Native American.
that's true. Yeah,
So I mean, there's just all different type preference, but
I like the
I
term
prefer.
indigenous
Yeah, there's that too.
because it's pretty neutral.
Yeah,
Indigenous peoples. But
but
you
yeah,
go up
I always
north, we're
did correct them.
yeah, we're 60 miles from the border, and a lot of the Canadian native people call themselves First Nations.
First Nations, yeah.
Some of them Aboriginals. So everybody's got their own flavor, I suppose. But where that came from, and this is something that I've learned from a very, very well-informed man, author named Chris Ryan. He was on the Joe Rogan Experience, which is my favorite podcast. It's kind of the inspiration for what I'm doing right now. Powerful Joe Rogan. But Chris Ryan was on, and this topic came up, and what he informed me and the rest of the country, I'm sure, is that one of the things that Christopher Columbus wrote down, and what he said was, and I hope I don't butcher it, but it goes something to the effect of seguramente es gente que vive en Dios, and what that translated to was these people certainly live in God. And the reason he said that was because even today the attitude's still the same. We're always in a good mood, we always enjoy and celebrate life, and we always try to encourage and spread that to everybody else that's around us. Even though we hate life here, we have a lot of fun with each other and try to laugh and make lame jokes and keep the mood light.
Yeah.
And that's something that just hasn't gone away over all of these years. And it could be taken a lot of ways, but that's something that I didn't know in that much detail until I've watched that on that podcast and took a little bit of free knowledge from a very well-informed man. So what it was originally was we were called the people in God, in Dios. So it kind of spread from there, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other beliefs. I'm not a history buff. I've never been accused of that, and I don't think that's something that I want to take up very passionately. So that works for me. That's the knowledge that I don't have a problem spreading. So there's my little nugget of juicy smartness for the night. What else?
Don't expect any juicy smartness from me.
Okay. I will drop
Can't
all
make any
expectations.
promises. But no, like I said, it's just, I guess I didn't really much care to be called Indian.
For sure, yeah, and I don't either. I mean, I'd rather just be a person.
Yeah, I mean, labeling.
Yeah. Because, I mean, speaking of stereotypes, some people do exacerbate them. Some people don't live by them at all, and I'm a person that doesn't. Some of the effects that have come out of the reservation system there are a lot of different ways of communicating, different body language, and all kinds of other indicators to where you could watch somebody and listen to them and say, that's where you're from.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, everybody says, that they could tell which are from where. And I mean, I'm sure that goes with anything.
Yeah.
Not just reservations, but
everywhere else.
I mean, I try not to, as you say, exacerbate the stereotype. No, I try to represent myself just as myself and not.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
not that I'm ashamed of where I'm from by any means.
Yeah.
Just
and a lot of it has to do with a lot of individuality, and then sometimes in different circumstances, individuality isn't promoted or encouraged, so that's kind of disappointing.
Crabs in a bucket.
And that was, the biggest idea behind that whole system being put in place too. But I don't act like a lot of the native people that you'll see around here. I get that all the time. I take pride in the fact that I'm articulate and intellectual, and I dress and walk, talk, and act the way I do because that's the kind of person that I want to be seen and taken as and understood for. So, I don't know, it's kind of a longer story, and it would be selfish for me to try to expand on that, I think, but
I mean, I'm just kind of trying to start this and see where it can go.
for sure, yeah. And that's the whole idea, too, is just to lay down some dialogue and kind of set the tone. We're not going to be here like the ladies on NPR talking about the sweaty balls that our guest has brought for us, and talk really close into the microphones.
Sweaty balls, that's Ben and Jerry's fucking ice cream flavor.
That's true.
Sweaty
Yeah.
balls.
That's very true. Yeah. But this is just another way of us trying to reach out and make ourselves a part of the rest of the world. Yeah. Being stuck in a small town, it doesn't mean that we have to just limit ourselves to whatever options we have here. If anybody else is listening and wants to be a part of the conversation, then this is a way to do that. I've got relatives all over the country. I hope they're not listening to these first few that come out. It's probably a little bit embarrassing, and it sounds like I need to do a little bit of work on some of this equipment because it sucks, and depending on where I move, the microphone cuts out, so that's kind of weird, and it's going to take some getting used to. But should be fun eventually.
Yeah, once we
Get a little bit more production value going, and get some different people on. Hopefully get some sponsors. That would be great. If anybody wanted to sponsor any of these activities and let us talk a little bit freely about you in an informal setting. Nobody likes to listen to a script, so if you have any ideas with respect to us getting your message out there, and bouncing some ideas off of us, and maybe paying for some equipment or whatever it takes just to start with, that would be awesome. I'd certainly welcome that. But it's just a method of taking advantage of technology. That's all I see it as. So.
Yeah, technology is crazy nowadays.
It is pretty awesome. It's crazy how fast it's grown. I mean, one of the things I guess we were talking about is I was a fat kid and I ordered Pizza Hut tonight, and yes, it does feel good and it tasted delicious. But
hey man, Pizza Hut is.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, if you do have a local neighborhood Pizza Hut where you live, you still have time to call them. They'll hook you up. It's going to be worth your time. But we were saying how you have been able to order Pizza Hut online for the last 20 years.
1994.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's actually been that long. But, at least in our generation, we've seen quite a bit of advancement. The cell phone, one of them.
No, the flip phones, the brick.
Yeah.
I don't think I was around for the
microwave in
brick.
your ear, yeah.
But I remember
The
first
car phone.
car phone. No, we never did see that shit on the res.
No, not there. Not even in Havre for a long time too, until all the farmers that make all the money around here started to put them in their trucks, and then I'm sure it got popular after that.
But yeah, now shit.
The fact that this video right now and this audio and everything else is going out potentially across the world, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Joe Rogan, when he talks about stuff like this, he says it's magic, and that's exactly what it is, because who would have thought?
What sort of sorcery is this?
Yeah, what's going on in this device right here? But it's crazy. It's just started with somebody's idea, and then a lot of people wanted to devote their time and energy and money into developing it, making it better, making it faster, stronger, everything else. And an idiot like me can just set this all up, push a couple of buttons, and
push our opinions on you.
Yeah, and now you have to listen to me. Well, you don't have to. You could
shut it off at any time.
Shut it off at any time, which of course wouldn't be a problem with these first few episodes because it's awfully awkward.
Yeah, I told you I was going to freeze up.
It's not a problem, special guest. Because I think it's been established that I like to talk. and fiddle around and move around because I do have adult ADD. I don't suffer from it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it just depends on how you handle it.
True. I think I'm doing okay. How am I doing?
Not bad.
Be honest.
Don't
lie
it's
to me.
keeping from awkward silence. And there goes the awkward silence.
I had to. I'm sure you understand.
No, but I'll go with
Okay.
it.
Thank you. Thank you for at least agreeing with me. You don't have to understand me. But if you're going to share this audio feed, I do appreciate the contributions. What new music is coming out?
Outkast is getting back together. That's one thing I'm actually pretty excited about.
Me too.
Finally doing an album together.
I'm pretty fucking disappointed with the music that's
it's
coming out
I mean, it's,
lately.
Maybe I'm just getting too old.
Maybe I am too, but I doubt it. Because
I mean, well, you look at it back then when we were younger, all the older people didn't like our music.
that is true.
I mean,
yes, but
in a sense, like, well, I mean, with the 70s, music was deep, music was meaningful
because of the drugs.
because of the drugs, but still, life was, much simpler back then and
Yeah.
not many distractions.
And that music
Besides
is
drugs.
still popular today.
Yeah, it's still popular today. And then you go to, like, the 80s, it's,
kind of start separating to different people's tastes.
yeah, and
so-
it's not necessarily as deep
Yeah, true.
as, say,
Everybody wanted to satisfy everybody else's popular opinions and beliefs.
yeah, and it just slowly gets towards, less about the lyrics and more about the beat, the sound.
Everybody look at me, listen to me, all of that kind of ideal, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some that do, touch base on good lyrics, tell a story.
True, yeah.
But it's, pretty few, far in between.
And that's one of my biggest complaints, too, is I like to listen to these different storytellers, and there's really not that much anymore. Everybody wants to talk about why I shake my ass or what I spend all my money on that you
Yeah.
can't relate to because I'm a materialistic idiot. I just don't, I don't know, I don't get it. It's just,
But I mean, just depends on what type of mood you're into.
true, very true.
I mean, if you're trying to get pumped up, you're working out, you're not going to want to listen to some deep-ass, slow songs.
It's true.
You want something that'll get your adrenaline going.
If you're trying to get laid, on the other hand,
Slow music does the trick.
Jonathan Legend knows
John
how
Legend.
to talk to the
Fuck.
ladies. Yes. Yeah, but it's, I don't know. On one hand, I keep thinking, and some people saw this coming too. I think I read a George Carlin quote. He said something to the effect that technology is getting smarter, people are getting dumber, and I believe that entirely. There's too many people I know that can't spell, can't speak,
Oh, fuck.
and it's really,
Yeah, that's one of my
it's really
peeves.
depressing.
I mean, when people use "they're wrong,"
And you're
wrong. People actually get tattoos.
yeah,
They'll get a
I've
tattoo
seen it.
that has that, and I mean, call me a grammar Nazi, but fuck, it just
You're a grammar Nazi.
it's ignorance in a sense that does bother me.
Yes, I'm really disappointed by ignorance. I've always had a pretty good amount of common sense. I've always paid attention, and that's really all you need to do. But
Yeah, I mean, I got by. I wasn't, by no means valedictorian or anything.
I was because I'm a
I am
nerd.
fairly geographically challenged, but
Yeah, true.
like when it comes to, stuff, yeah. So I'm trying to be all articulate here, and I can't even think of a fucking word.
No, it's fine. We've got
when it
time,
comes to
sir.
articulation,
We got
is
2
if-
hours
if
until
that
we turn
works.
into a pumpkin.
yeah. So when it comes to that stuff, I try to pride myself, but apparently not.
Because you want to be taken seriously, right?
Yeah, I mean, the way I speak and the way I represent myself, it's the way you represent yourself says a lot about you. Says a lot
Very
about
true.
your upbringing, your mindset.
Yeah.
And I try to represent myself in a respectful way.
For sure. Yeah.
First impressions and shit,
All of that's very important. I believe in that 100%.
which I'm not given a very great first impression
You know
on
what?
this microphone, but
I think you're doing fine.
I'll ease into it.
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy that people don't overlook what they're gonna put on their body.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge commitment, and then they misspell shit.
I want to probably try to go my whole life without being tattooed.
Why?
Just because I want to keep it pure. Take it back to the roots. I was born without it.
He's born without that mustache.
This is an effect of natural selection and genetic variation.
Okay, well, grow your hair out.
It is. This is my friend, a guy that I work with, told me, I've known you for 9 years. This is the longest that I've seen your hair, and he's right. It's ridiculous. I need to cut it.
Yeah. Me, it's an addiction.
I wasn't blessed with good hair, and I'm sure I got an addictive personality too. My addictions are just, I don't know. They're not visible, I suppose, and I keep a lot of my life private. I'm a very private dude, but I don't know. I don't see it happening.
I mean, I'm not judging you, or I just
Yeah, you are.
basically asking your opinion.
How
Why?
dare you.
So are you saying that I'm not pure right now? That my body is not pure?
No, I'm not going to say that. I don't even know what I was trying to say. I feel like
Well, you try and turn shit on me, so I'm gonna
I feel like
get all defensive on you.
I feel like the pizza's taking over.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like, once we had that pizza, we're just
My attitude's totally different. I
going
don't know
into a
what
food
happened.
coma, and our
Yeah.
minds we're getting small-minded, brain dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the small town has poisoned me with a pizza. Yeah, I don't know. Everything else about me is pretty clean too. I've never drank my whole life, which is unbelievable for a lot of people,
Yeah.
especially in this small town.
Yeah, I get that.
Because there are as many bars as there are churches here. I think there's 9 of each, and the population is right about 1,800 maybe, or 18,000 or something like that. Shit, I can't remember.
No, it's more than 2,000.
Yeah.
I know it's up there.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be, somewhere above 10,000, something like that. I want to say 18,000, maybe more, but if
Don't
anybody's,
quote.
yeah, don't quote me. If anybody's a nerd about those numbers and wants to come in and drop some statistics on everybody, please do, because I'm dumb with respect to that. It's just not an important part of my life right now, I guess.
I
But
need to know how many people are in this town.
yeah, there's too many of the wrong kind, but
Well, I mean, you say that there's more bars than churches. There's not necessarily the right people in churches either.
yeah, goes both ways,
So, I mean, it's just,
and
you gotta be good people in general.
yeah, and like it. To be honest, I'm not trying to.
Well, basically what I'm saying is not everybody in a bar is a bad person.
It's true.
Not everybody in the church is a good person.
It's very true, yeah. And
Mm.
there's reasons that go both ways with that. So everybody makes their choices, whether or not you can control your influences and not let them control you. Then cheers, all the better for you. That's what I
Yeah.
say. But I never try to force my lifestyle on anybody. If somebody asks about it, I'll explain to them why, and I'll try to encourage it. But I'm not going to tell them they're doing the wrong thing by not living like me. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I'm kind of a health freak. I'm not going to take off my shirt and flex or show you how many burpees I could do or whatever, because
What the fuck's a burpee?
yeah, it's just some stupid workout retard thing that I do because it's popular. But it also builds functional strength. See, I don't just work out just to show off. I want to be functional with the strength that I have and the different things that I do. I don't want to be good at working out because it's pointless. But I eat clean. I make a lot of good decisions. I don't. Yeah, that's fine. I bet it feels good to
Oh,
not
yeah.
eat clean.
Yeah,
But
I do enjoy being able to.
to put it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a little bit more work to do.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not My not as hungry as I used to be. I'm not as
Me neither, man.
I can't put it down as well as I used to.
I used to be a fucking pig.
Oh fuck. But that's when your metabolism was much better.
Very true, yeah.
I mean, as you get older, your
Old
metabolism goes.
Yeah. I'm a crotchety old man now, so
Oh fuck.
I gotta take care of myself.
And it's crazy how much you feel your age.
True.
Like when you're younger, you have no idea what you're getting into by
Yeah.
growing old.
Yeah, you can
I mean,
get
I'm not
hurt
saying that.
and-
I'm not saying I'm old as shit, but
Yeah, you are.
I could tell that
He's really old.
my energy is way low than from what it used to be.
True. And mine's about back to where it was when I was a teenager, just because I do kind of some extreme shit. Like, I'll ride 100 miles on my bike a few times a week. And I do like a lot of fight cardio. I'm into a couple of different martial arts. Although it's difficult to get into that in a small town because some people aren't into it, and the people that want to be into it have to be better than you at it. If you're better than them, or if you get over on them and they turn it into that kind of competition, they don't want to play with you, and it's ridiculous. That goes against the ideal of martial arts, that goes against the ideal of self-improvement, and it's really depressing. So
Yeah, no.
whenever I get out of town into a bigger town, I'll try to take my gear with me and share in that knowledge with somebody who actually wants to teach and help improve you, and you help improve them, and stick to that basic principle of martial arts. So
Crabs in a bucket.
yes, sir. That's the depressing thing about small towns. But it is what it is. We're making the most of it, right?
That's all you can do.
It's true. If I need to do more, I always just go somewhere else, and it's easy to enjoy that. Get my stimulation, come back to the solitude, and do it all over again. So
Yeah. I mean, there's really not a lot of outlets, here. And even then, you try and enjoy an outlet.
yeah,
There's, dozens of people behind you judging you, dozens of people,
yeah,
bringing on negativity. I mean, even now, there's probably some judging this or,
yeah. That's true.
and
Yeah,
there's just, it does make it hard for people to open up. It makes it hard for
that's true. Yeah,
humanity, I guess, in some sense.
and that's my thing too. Is I don't have a whole lot of shame at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily that you're gonna care, but I mean,
Yeah, I do care to a certain degree. I mean,
Not-
nobody likes to fail.
not necessarily
But-
care about their opinions, but just the fact that they're
Trying to discourage.
trying to discourage,
Yeah.
trying to bring, sort of a disgrace to humanity. They're not
Yeah.
not trying to contribute there.
Yeah. That's the difference. Is we're doing this, they're not.
Yeah.
And like when I got into martial arts and I wanted to fight, some people had different opinions about that, and I just said, mostly to myself, because I don't have to prove anything to anybody else, but I did it, I do it, you don't.
Yeah.
So if somebody was to come in and try to qualify that opinion, that's one of the first questions that's going to be asked is, do you do this? Are you to a degree to where you think you can give scrutiny
Yeah.
upon these other people about it? And realistically, there are only so many people that could scrutinize so many other people, and you got to be in the right situations. And if you're not, keep your
Yeah.
fucking mouth shut and mind your own business. If you're gonna be miserable to yourself. You
Well, I
know,
mean,
loves
yeah.
company.
Yeah. If you're gonna add criticism, at least make it constructive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And
Don't go and judge someone for doing this. Say, well, you're doing this wrong. This
Yeah.
is how you can improve.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and
I
it's
mean, why not try to contribute
Yeah.
in anything? Any opinions on how boring this show is?
yeah, it's going to be. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah,
And
what
if-
we can talk about.
And if you don't like it and you don't want to listen to it and you just want to complain, then you can go fuck yourself. But I enjoy it. I like to try new things, especially if they are going to be constructive and there's an opportunity and an avenue for it to be better and to include more people and especially to get a message out there, I like to talk. I think that's become obvious so far in this first 40 minutes
Really?
of this conversation. Yeah.
40 minutes already.
40 minutes, it goes by fast.
Yeah.
But I just got involved with our local theater, the Montana Actors Theater. There's an audition process going on for a play that hopefully I could be a part of, just to try to see how I would do in that avenue. Because not only do I like to talk, I'm a legal professional and I enjoy being in those different settings.
An audience.
Yes, and getting to play that part and affect that message and see how much of it sticks to which people.
Yeah.
And then whatever outcome happens after that, I like it. And it would just be the same as being in the theater.
Just basically broadening your horizon.
Yeah. Well, and broadening the horizon of it, but then focusing down the scope, because it's just supposed to be for the sake of entertainment.
Yeah.
I like theater because with a movie, you have all of this production going into it. You have these people that have been doing it for so long. You've got props, visual effects, a huge budget, and all these other things going on. It would be easy for some people to take advantage of some of that. But with the theater, it's just you.
Yeah.
You're just on the stage. You have to entertain. You're not going to...
I mean, there is a better way to connect, too.
Yeah.
I mean, both the audience and the actors.
Yeah. Okay.
Current affairs.
What's trending? What's trending on your Twitter?
No, I'm not big on Twitter. I mean, it gets boring. I really don't tweet a lot.
Me too. One thing I always tell everybody too is I'm one of a few people who I still put my stock in people.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather, even though we're both looking at our phones pretty regularly, you're still sitting in front of me and I'm interacting with you.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to check to see if anybody's putting up any ideas, if they're watching this, or if
yeah, like not too many people will connect.
Yeah, if they're trying to give input and different things like that. Well, like you said, they're not. I haven't heard anything from anybody yet, but if it happens, I could check on it and address it if somebody's got an opinion or whatever else the case might be.
Well, no, I wasn't. I was basically touching on, the generations now, kids. It seems like kids really people can't really carry a conversation now.
No. Yeah, that's.
I mean, they're just.
Yeah.
You go to a party, half of the people are in their phone.
Yep, all the time.
I mean, if we were to hold a party, like, put all the phones in a basket.
Yeah.
Say, be with the people here.
Yeah. And that's what I do too, is especially more recently.
Yeah.
I've been leaving my phone in the car when I go to somebody's house, or I'll leave it here if I'm going to go visit somebody or anything like that.
Well, I mean, there's a reason to keep it on you, emergency reasoning, or, someone needs to get a hold of you, but, keep it in your, keep it down, don't just sit there with your face buried in it.
It shouldn't be your primary focus.
No.
It's not that important. Yeah.
And, like, if you're on Facebook, you'd have to have a shitload of friends for it to be updating constantly.
That's very true, and I'm not really big on cyber popularity. I'm not really big on popularity, period. So, I don't give a shit. You want to talk to me, come see me.
Yeah, popularity is one thing, but, like, I like to be liked. I hate to be hated, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that too. One thing I'll never want to be is rich and famous. There's just too much responsibility that comes with that, and there's too many crabs in a barrel that want to cut you down. So
no, like, yeah,
I don't want that. But
if you were to ever
like.
become rich and famous, you would grow so many cousins and so many relatives.
Everybody would be coming, like, there's a lot of people that their arm never gets tired of doing this with their hand up, waiting for something to fall into it, and that's one thing I'm not a big fan of.
No.
I got a lot of people that don't like me and don't talk to me because of that, but I don't care. Yeah, I'd rather not have people like that around me.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta know who's there for you when you need it most.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's one thing that, I mean, I've done pretty well. I've made some good decisions in my life. I like where it's going. I like where it's going to end up. But I did that all by myself, and I always tell everybody, if I could do it, anybody could do it. Because I'm nobody, you know. And if I could make the right decisions, find my niche, and make it advantageous for me, then anybody else could do that too. Anybody, you know. I mean, you see all kinds of extreme examples of people making the best out of a bad situation, and I like that kind of encouragement, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody should, because I need to be the person that tells everybody what to do.
Well, I mean, not many people know what they want to do right away either.
That's very true.
I have no idea at my age.
Yeah, and I didn't figure out that I was going to be doing what I was doing that ended up being worth it for me until I turned 27, 28 years old.
Yeah, and the time in between, you're just too busy trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
You're too busy trying to
live life.
Live paycheck to paycheck.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, you got to pay bills. It's a crime to be broke in this country. So.
Yeah.
That's the sad truth.
And the crazy thing is, I seen this thing, and it said that humans are the only people paying to live here.
Yeah. That's true.
The only beings paying to live here.
Yeah.
We pay rent. We pay.
And it never goes away. In this country, it never goes away. One of the other things that I picked up from another podcast, too, was Chris Ryan spent some time in Spain, and he said, when you buy your house, you own your house. That's it. In this country, you buy your house, you still have to pay taxes on it every fucking year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the reality is you never own your house. It's never enough.
No.
When is it ever enough? And that's one of the things that really disgusts me about the idea of money. I hate money. Like, I genuinely hate it. It makes me sick when I have to think about it so much. But you have to pay your bills. And you have
you could hate it, but at some sense you need it.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I'll never make a big deal about it. I don't have to. But
material possessions.
Yeah, I'll never let my stuff define me. That's for sure. I had to get rid of a little bit of that background noise. That's better. It's starting to hurt my ears.
You get used to it.
You do. That's true. Yeah, but these headphones are pretty awesome. So it was rocking my ears a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's life. It works. I'll take it.
So, what do you think of Silver's career?
I don't want to talk about it. Hold on, I gotta cry real quick.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. He was one of the biggest reasons that I did watch the UFC, because he's a pretty incredible talent. He's an amazing artist. He did get complacent with what he was doing, but when you're at that level and you're not challenged consistently, that's what happens. And a lot of people want to call it cockiness and this and that or whatever else. I'm not in a position to criticize a person like that. So I just appreciate what he's doing, and I try to interpret it and understand it as he would. And I can't say that I would act any differently in that same situation.
Well, I mean, you really don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on in his head. You know? And
I mean, honestly, out of the cage, he seemed more humble. He seemed, you know, after he lost the first time, he was very humble in that loss. He kept saying, "You're the new champion," and this and that.
Yeah.
And it did sort of seem like he was tired of defending, as is, you know, George St. Pierre.
Yeah, you get complacent.
Yeah, after too long, both of them held the belt for so long, and just everybody gunning for them, everybody, you know. Yeah. And you constantly have to work. You constantly have to, you know, keep bettering yourself in order to keep that. And in a way, it seemed like he sort of got, you know, tired of that life, tired of, I guess, being the champ for however long he held it. Where, you know, with George St. Pierre, his just basically stepping down to, sort of live his life, sort
Yeah.
of.
Because he hadn't got to. I mean, how
Yeah.
long has he been fighting?
Yeah, how long has he been, like, to me it seemed like he just lived in the gym.
Oh yeah, he did. There's no doubt about it. And when he was out, people were pretty vocal about his habits and his hobbies and everything
Yeah,
else.
it's just, I mean, in the spotlight for so long, I'm sure you get
Yeah.
tired of it, so
That's true. Yeah.
step down. I mean, maybe, Silva will have more, time for family and,
Yeah.
other shit.
And the thing that I think is just
Teaching.
fucking ridiculous about the idea of celebrity is I'll watch Anderson Silva in the gym, in the ring, and in a few other different circumstances. And the same with GSP. But I don't give a shit about what they're doing in a restaurant,
Well, yeah, I
in
mean,
this club.
yeah, that was that's another peeve of mine, is just all these stupid celebrity magazines.
Yeah.
What Kim and Kanye West are doing.
Yeah,
Now who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Who cares that Kim Kardashian put on weight after having the kid?
Yeah.
Fucking
it's just
happens.
a human being.
Yeah.
It happens to human beings.
And
believe it or not.
they honestly have this section in some of these ones that stars are just like us. Oh, you mean they're fucking human?
No
yeah,
way.
no fucking
They're
shit.
human beings
And
too.
shit like that, it just bothers me. It's like, you listen to the radio and this chick's going on and on about who's pregnant and who's not. And that's
Yeah.
not fucking news.
Yeah, who cares? It's not going to affect my life. It's not like
Yeah,
they're going to call on me to watch their kid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's not news. It's not important. There's all kinds of other more important issues going on.
Absolutely.
In other places. Yet we're gonna fucking worry about fucking Northwest.
Yeah. Yeah, who cares? Because like...
So yeah, that's another one of my peeves.
See, because I don't drink. I don't live that party lifestyle. I'll do anything for any of my friends that do. I'll drive them wherever. I'll stay up
Yeah.
until 7 in the morning on New Year's.
Yeah, no.
And make sure everybody gets home safe, because I have spent some of my life as a police officer, and that's something that another guest that wants to be on wants to talk about in pretty good detail. So I hope there's some interest in that. But I've picked up people and their body parts off the highway because they were too drunk to drive, and
Montana is bad.
It is the worst, probably.
I think so. I mean, Rhode Island has more people in that fucking state than Montana.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yet we're probably the highest in drunk driving accidents.
Yeah. Drunk driving fatalities. A lot of alcohol-related crime, period, too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, drugs are a lot more prevalent everywhere else, but everybody drinks in the state, and a lot of people are proud of it, but that's something that I'm sure I'm never going to do, but I'll always make sure that everybody makes it home safe.
Yeah.
And nothing bad happens to anybody. Some people think it's weird that I am sober,
Yeah,
and
it's
that I
crazy how
hang
much.
around in those different situations, but
Yeah, they're
who
like,
else, who else is going to take care of anybody? You
Yeah.
know, and
I'm always for that.
I've never not done that. Nobody's ever wrecked and died, or gotten beat up, or gotten raped, or anything horrible like that in any of the different places that I decided to, I guess, watch over people, I suppose.
And in some sense, some people are going to wonder why you're doing it for free.
Yeah.
Why you're not charging.
Yeah, because I mean, that stuff's just not important to
No,
me.
it's just...
I mean, people are more important to me than money is important to me.
Yeah.
I'd rather take care of people than make a dollar.
Yeah.
It's just my life. So
Priorities.
yeah, I put my stock in people. I tell everybody that my stock is still in people. No, I do not want to play jackpot slots or Candy Crush or anything else.
Fucking game
Fucking
invites.
ass.
Those are annoying.
That's very true.
Another peeve.
Yeah, another peeve is quit playing your games and see the person sitting across the room from you or right next to you. Play with them. Especially if you're attracted to them. They'll enjoy your time and attention, I assure you. I've done it myself. Once or twice. Yeah. But, yeah, it's funny. The UFC isn't going to be the same, that's for sure. But we'll see. You never know. I mean,
Yeah.
he does have an obligation to fight some more, so we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, I mean, probably not gonna throw as much leg kicks.
And if he does, he better learn to keep his hips open instead of trying to just flick his leg out there and hit with the flat part of his shin. That's something that even I know, but I'm sure, I would fuck that up once in a while too, just because,
Shit happens.
yeah, shit happens. And I haven't been in that circumstance as much as he has. I don't know what was
Yeah.
going through his head, so I really
Well,
can't
I mean,
sit in
you
judgment.
can't necessarily say that. I mean, for you, UFC may not be the same,
Yeah,
but it is the fastest growing sport in the world.
that's very true. Can't deny that.
So, I mean, in a sense, for your viewing pleasure, it may not be the same.
Yeah, it's not. Well, it's not as encouraging, I guess. I liked watching Anderson Silva just because I'm built like him, and the different things I do. I like to try to move like him and emulate his style
Yeah.
because he is the greatest pound for pound fighter ever. I mean, that can't be denied. And if you want to argue that, then you need to reconsider how you come up with these calculations in your head. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see
Yeah, I mean, just
how he comes around.
see how he recovers. And
Yeah,
I mean, GSP had a pretty bad injury as well, and
that's true. He
came back pretty well. I mean, he may not be as entertaining, but
Probably not. Yeah, and that was just
you can't deny that he is fairly dominant.
yeah, very dominant. Yeah, yeah, and I like to watch that. I like to watch greatness, especially when it comes with that kind of humility too.
Oh yeah,
There-
that's what most appealed to me is his
Yeah,
humility. I mean,
and everything was
Canadians,
just
you know.
black and white.
Yeah, he probably just apologized after every punch.
Sorry,
and shit.
sorry.
But yeah, it was
Sorry.
he reminded me of a lot of, sort of a childhood hero in Van Damme. He just
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah, and
just seemed
that was one of his childhood heroes too. He liked to try to emulate him in a lot of ways.
yeah. So I think that's what drew me towards him and being a fan. And a lot of people don't like him because he doesn't go for the knockout punch. He doesn't,
Yeah,
this and that. And
He quit finishing people, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that. But at the same time, you can't question that he did what he had to do to keep his belt.
yeah, I mean, in a lot of sense, that is, a lot of the knockout punches you see, can be just prelims.
Yeah.
No names.
Yeah, so you got to work your way up.
Yeah. So I mean, they're gonna go for the knockout punch.
Yeah,
After a while, Johnny Kendricks, his hand is not gonna,
yeah,
that's gonna go on. So I mean, yeah, he does have the knockout punch, but after how many years of doing it,
everybody's gonna know it's coming, and this and that, whatever else. Yeah,
well, I mean, in a sense of his body taking it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So I mean, yeah, he's probably gonna lose some in his hand, and then people will judge him for that. He just can't finish anymore, and
yeah, that's true.
it's just it happens with age.
Comes and goes. We're only human.
Silva and his
Some of
legs
us.
kicks after too long.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I mean, how many times do you think he's kicked somebody or a heavy bag with
Or
that same
something.
exact spot?
yeah, that's very true.
So it's not in a sense that one kick broke it. It could have just been from prolonged impact.
Abuse, continuous abuse.
Yeah,
That's my nickname.
and like they do this shit for our entertainment. Yeah, they get money and stuff,
Yeah.
but the way that first fight when he was taunting and shit, you look at it and he's saying, let's put on a show. Let's
yeah, that's what he's saying.
let's
yeah.
fucking
Come on, these people are watching.
yeah.
Let's give them what they want to see.
Yeah, and I mean
Yeah.
that's another thing. He said he was good with money.
Yeah.
GSP, he could fucking live 20 comfortable lifetimes over.
Very true.
But a lot of them will stay and do it for entertainment wise for
Yeah.
the fans,
Yeah, yeah, that's what it's all about for me too.
and then the fans just turn around and criticize.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, there's fans, and then there's
Fanatics,
fanatics. Yeah. So it's
and then there's people who watch a little too much UFC and think they can do it, so
yeah.
they go to
everybody
their
that-
local gym and
Wants to wear all the tap out gear and all the affliction gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
There's always that.
There's always those people.
In every sense, though.
You people.
In every sense, there's people that think they know.
Yeah.
They know everything, and
I think I could podcast.
horrible job so
I'm doing
far.
a horrible fucking job. But, you know, I mean, you got to get them out there. You got to get comfortable. And
Yeah, I mean,
got to get some improvements in equipment and everything else. And people are
Yeah.
going to want to have to show their faces eventually. Special guest. No,
we'll
I'm
see
just
about
kidding.
that.
I'm just kidding. No, this is,
I like mystery.
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure my voice is pretty recognizable.
distinguishable to some people, but to
Yeah.
people that don't know, then yeah, I mean,
No.
it's definitely got some entertainment value to it.
I got my radio voice on, so.
That's right. That they don't know who's talking. When I'm not on the microphone, I talk like this, and a lot of people don't know that. So I just, I got to keep my secrets too.
Yeah, you gotta
No, I'm kidding.
switch it up.
Couldn't
Keep
do
that
that.
mystery.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I'm
gonna
pretty
change.
open
I'm not
in
gonna
black and
change.
white. Yeah.
This is me. This is.
That's special guest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad nobody came knocking on the door or anything, 'cause that would get on my nerves. Yeah. Peeves. What are your peeves, ladies and gentlemen? Give us a call. 1-800.
Late night radio.
Yeah. You're listening to somebody and somebody else. But this is good. I like it. I like what it could be. I like where it can
Yeah.
go. Everything else.
I mean, there is some sort of comfort level now.
Yeah, good.
I mean, I just gotta keep telling myself nobody's listening. Nobody's listening.
Nobody's watching you. They're looking at me thinking, oh, take this camera off of this fucker's head. Tired of looking at it.
I'll switch to the brain.
I could. And just sit there and talk and let everybody look at the small brain.
The small mind.
The small-mindedness of Havre, Montana. It's an okay town, though. I mean, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it has its perks.
It's really easy to go anywhere else. I mean, in a couple of hours, I could be, in the Bay Area in California, hanging out with friends and family, just enjoying life. Or I could go down to Arizona and play golf with one of my relatives. Well, I'd rather go to California and play golf with a pretty well-accomplished golfer that is a member of the family. I gotta make it down and play a couple rounds with him.
See, not a lot of people are into golf.
Not
No,
so
and-
much.
Well, not around here.
Not here, yeah. You only get 2 months out of the year.
Oh yeah,
to play
fuck
golf.
this
So
weather.
it's kind of a drag.
Yeah, I'm sure if the weather was better, there would be a little more.
Yeah,
And you got what? How many courses in the area?
there's 2 here in town.
And there's Chinook
There's Chinook 20 miles away. There's Harlem, kind
party.
of.
Fucking
45
mosquito
miles
trap.
away. Yeah, mosquito trap.
Fuck.
And waist high grass that isn't maintained by anybody. Kind of makes for it's a shot maker's course. But then 70 miles away there's Fort Benton, which is pretty immaculate, and about the same distance away as Shelby.
Yeah. So it also makes golf boring to watch around here because people don't necessarily understand how tough these shots are and how.
It's true.
I mean, they see a shot and it's just what the fuck is that? But
Some people make it look pretty easy. No.
I'm horrible.
Some people don't. Yeah, but it's fun. I mean,
I just play for fun. I'm not.
Yeah.
I've never been very competitive.
yeah, you got to find your thing, and that's my thing. Is I'm good at some things, but I don't like to make them into competition because some people turn into dickheads about it, and it's just not that fun anymore. If it's playful, and I mean, especially if you want to throw a little money out there and different things like that. Like I like to play pool. I'm in a pool league here in Havre on Sundays, so if you're not doing anything else, come and watch or join us. But everybody, you got to find some way to entertain yourself around here because when you're snowed in for 6 months out of the year,
Fucking cabin fever.
You could develop some bad habits. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like below fucking freezing, way below zero,
Yeah.
people are still going to the bars.
Oh yeah, people still have to get drunk even when it's
Yeah.
55 below,
And it's
still.
people's passed out
I'd rather
outside.
make bracelets.
bracelets.
You see these lovely paracord bracelets, ladies and gentlemen. Those are made by yours truly, and they can be picked up from the Little River Smokehouse Trading Post in Fort Belknap, Montana.
And
The
those
website will be up soon.
may actually save your life one day.
They could save your life. They are made out of 550 paracord, and there's all kinds of uses. Find yourself a YouTube video and become a better human being.
Wildcat colors.
Wildcat. Harlem Wildcats.
Got the stars.
Go out and support your local high school team. Yeah, I have Wildcat colors, Blue Pony colors, Havre, Montana. Go Ponies.
Go
Sorry.
Ponies. They're horrible this year at football.
They are. Yeah, it's true. But I made some for our local university, Montana State University, Northern Lights and Skylights. Maroon and gold. Yes, you're welcome.
Oh, okay. I thought those were Rocky Boys.
Some of those are. Yeah,
Well, it's
Rocky
the same
Boy
color,
has the
isn't it?
same colors, maroon and
Yeah.
gold. Box Elder,
Did you do
blue and gold.
Did you do purple and gold?
Yeah, I kind of had to. I mean,
Obligations.
went to high school there, unfortunately. Ooh.
Shots fired.
And then Dotson. Shout out to the Coyotes. I had to make
The
some green and gold.
No. They're a fucking weird color. They're not green and gold. It's like
Green and
no.
It's
They
not
they
green?
try and get no. It's not green or
They're
gold. They
switching
try
it
and get
this
all.
year?
No, it's the same colors, but they call it something else.
gay.
They try and be all exotic
I
about
say
it and
that-
shit.
Spelled Ghey, just to not offend people that are looking to be offended. I've been saying
Hey,
it for years. I've been saying it before it was a hate crime, so.
It's
You
always
wanna-
been a hate crime.
No, it hasn't. Maybe it has, I don't know, but whatever, I don't care. I don't say it to be hateful, I say it just because it's a funny thing to say. It's not funny to be gay, but
Nothing wrong with gay.
nothing wrong with the gays.
I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
the gays.
As long as you don't force your lifestyle on me, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I don't have. Yeah. In that sense, I don't have a problem with anybody really.
Yep. Yeah. But if you want to be an annoying, overbearing asshole about anything, then somebody should give you a kick in the teeth. What happened to the TV? Something weird's going on.
It's a dark movie.
It was very dark. Yeah. So not too bad. We've passed the hour mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of rambling.
A lot of rambling. But we're working towards
Current affairs.
something. It's 11:11, so all you people that are weird, make a wish. Blow me a kiss. I'll make it true. This next song
Is that how that
coming
goes?
up.
We're gonna do some dedications.
On the Love Hour.
Fucking KGVA dedications.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're listening to Quiet Storm.
Yeah, is KGVA even up still?
I have no idea, but I definitely encourage them to engage and participate in this podcasting process because it's a little bit better having video. You got a lot more discretion over the content, like
Well, yeah.
because it's our channel. We could tell people to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, there's
and we don't
nobody
have to
telling
worry
us.
about the FCC or anything like that.
I hated that sitting in there. You couldn't
Yeah.
fucking cuss.
Yeah, and
Fuck
shit,
that.
and shit.
I don't censor myself for nobody, but
I don't
my
believe in
mom.
that either. But then,
No.
I also
Well,
don't
it's-
support people that want to get carried away too.
Yeah,
so.
I mean it's weird. Like around certain people.
Yeah,
I'll-
it turns
I'll-
out. Yeah, dude.
Well, no, I'll stifle that.
Yeah, I try
But
to.
like
I
you know,
try to be
with
decent.
like some people won't do that in front of their mom. Shit, my mom cusses as much as the next,
It's true.
and it's not necessarily. I don't look at it as
It's offensive if you want it to be offensive. It's encouraging if you want it to be encouraging.
But anything's offensive.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
It's gonna be whatever context you put it in.
Yeah.
I always say if people are offended by my language, they could be offended by anything,
Yeah.
and they're a
Well,
closed-minded idiot, and they should go
Yeah, I'm
back
not.
to their
I'm
hole.
not like gonna go out and just sit there and cuss in the middle of the street around this woman and her kids.
Why not?
Well, that's seems like a sign of disrespect to me. I guess.
Could be.
I mean, I don't know, around my nieces and nephews, and fuck, we cuss all the time.
Very
Some
true.
of them even do themselves.
I don't know what happened to that camera.
The camera.
Yeah, but it's just some people are dumb.
Conservative as shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of conservative people around here. There's a lot of Canadians around here too, but we love the Canadians.
Oh, I love a Canadian. I want to meet me
Canadians
one.
are pretty awesome, pretty deadly.
Yeah, I want to meet me a Canadian. I've never been to Canada though.
They're pretty awesome people.
Living in what are we, 20 miles?
Yeah, 60 miles.
16?
60.
60? I thought we were
60
closer
miles.
than that.
No, sir. As the crow flies, it might be 60 miles. As we drive. Well, it might be 30 or something, but as we drive, it's like 60. But yeah,
I mean, we're not far.
Canadians.
I've never been to Canada.
Yeah, no, this is good though. Thank you for being a special guest.
No, I appreciate
I didn't want
it.
to
Sorry.
and just talk by myself.
Sorry it took me a while to get into it.
No, it's fine. I mean, it took me a while too. I mean, it's awkward. It's kind of different getting used to, but
yeah, to me, it's almost like I don't want any of this to seem staged.
No, yeah, and that's the thing
or
too.
scripted, and it's like,
yeah, if we were sitting here reading from something, people would stop paying attention.
Yeah.
But because we're just letting it flow, people would
yeah,
pay
it
attention.
seems the fluidity is a little better. Where we're not actors.
Yes, I'm not an
I'm
actor.
not gonna be able to sit there and read off of a piece of paper. I mean, you could look at a piece of paper and write down some ideas to talk about, but
True. Yeah.
we probably should have done that.
No. Absolutely not.
Well,
maybe.
I mean, you look at something like, I could go on this website that I go to, and it'll bring up current affair like fucking Toronto's mayor smoking crack and
Yes.
shit, and Ron Burgundy singing his campaign song the other night on Conan.
I missed it.
Yeah, Merle was here.
Yeah.
Fucking Burgundy.
Yeah, that was a funny movie. I just hated that I was in there with a stuffy ass crowd.
Yeah.
I didn't want to laugh.
No, you go to a comedy.
It's a comedy movie,
Yeah,
and there were a bunch of small people in there that didn't think it was okay to enjoy themselves, so I would laugh and they would look at me like I'm crying, I don't know, it's fucking weird.
I mean, that in a sense can ruin your movie going experience, and
Dude,
people who, I mean, I guess when I went, I had a really loud, obnoxious person that was, she wasn't necessarily, it almost seemed like she was laughing to be noticed. She was laughing to...
There are people like that around here, that's for sure.
I mean, like, something happened on screen and she yelled out, like, you ain't gotta fucking yell back to the TV. Yell back to the screen.
It's not gonna reply to you.
No, it's just... Yeah, it almost seemed like she was doing it for attention, so that did. And doing shit for attention, that abused me.
Did you dump your popcorn on her?
No, she was too far back.
Yeah.
She was way in the back. I was towards the front.
Did you yell out expletive commands to her to try to stifle her?
I'm the type to keep to myself when it comes to shit like that. I'm not.
I'm pretty opinionated.
Well, I'm not. I'm opinionated, but
I'm vocal
I don't
about it.
feel. I don't feel many people need to know my opinion.
Yeah, they do, Cody. That's why they're listening to you on this right now.
Nobody's listening. How many people's listening?
3.
Motherfucker.
Hey, whoa, take it easy. Special guest, you need to calm down.
You already...
Special
the mystery's
guest.
gone.
Special guest, nobody caught it.
The mystery's gone.
Nobody caught it, special guest. You're safe. Your secret's safe. What was I looking for? It was bound to happen.
Okay.
So what else? How about that stuff with the whatchamacallit and the thing?
Was Ja Rule leaving his wife for the man he met in jail?
Holy cow. Wow. How about that?
Yeah, I honestly always suspected it.
Yeah.
Suspected his homosexuality. Which again, I don't have a problem with. It's just funny that, he acted so hard
Yeah.
that, you know, all his murdering shit was just an act, and that was another peeve.
Yeah. That's no doubt. It's you got to be who you are. That's the way I see it. Special guest. Nobody caught it. Did anybody catch it
I
yet?
promise you.
Nobody
No, I don't know.
caught it. Nobody's watching this yet.
But this is also a recording.
yeah, but I didn't upload it to YouTube.
It's
yet.
going to be uploaded, I'm sure.
I'm going to upload it to YouTube. If you catch it, come and see me. I'll give you $1.50.
Bleep it out.
No.
Fuck.
Shit.
Well, like I said, I like the mystery of it, but
It's still there. I still got it.
okay.
There are three people watching this right now, live. This is happening live right now. 3 people are watching it.
3 entire viewers.
Yes. The delay
No idea as to who they could be.
from what we're doing till the time it comes up on the screen is approximately 25 seconds.
So what I say now will be heard 25 seconds later.
That's correct.
This technology isn't that great.
Live streaming video is a complicated world that I don't want to talk about right now. It's a sore subject. Special guest.
Well, it's Haver, so
It's true. It is Haver. Hopefully we get some people that want to get some good ideas out there to everybody that will have an interest in this show.
well, you don't like my ideas?
I like your ideas. They are good. They're getting out there. I feel good about
I
this.
need to work on that.
If I didn't believe in it, I would say, alright, that's about enough of this special guest. I'm going to unplug his microphone and you're going to listen to me for the next 2 hours.
How do I
ladies and
know you
gentlemen.
haven't already?
Maybe I did. That's funny.
You would sound a little weird talking back to nothing.
Word. Talking back to my personalities. We're all here. We're all okay. We're going to take care of each other.
It's crazy how a human can develop an entirely different person
Very
in their
true.
brain.
Very true.
And it's like kind of gives you an idea as to how much we actually use.
Yes.
And the small-minded ones, how much they don't.
Just like that picture you're seeing on your screen. It's a very
You are
small
not
brain.
using all of that.
You need to expand it. You know what I want to do? Speaking of expanding brains and consciousness and everything else.
Smoke.
I could do that. I could. That's an option. However, I do not encourage alleged activities of medicinal plants for what is believed to be something that could be psychotropic. But I want to participate in a consciousness expanding experience quite a few miles south of us in a different part of the world where that culture has established a practice of expanding one's consciousness.
How so?
I want to drink some stuff that they make out of tree bark and leaves and just
Like psychedelic?
yeah, and get shot to the center of the universe with just me and my consciousness, just so I could blow it all apart, pick into it, figure it out, straighten myself out, determine where my life needs to go after that. I'm going to do that.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this about me, Cody, but I'm a pretty interesting guy.
There you go again. 25 seconds later, people are going to hear that.
Oh, that's true.
Motherfucker.
Special guest. Shoot. Put the camera on yourself. Let him look
No,
at you.
don't do that. I'm not camera ready.
Shoot. Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, it is crazy how much we don't use
Yeah.
of our brain.
And other people are trying to figure that out. And they
And
have figured
honestly,
it
how
out.
some of these psychedelic drugs do tap in on something that you never would without.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah, they've been doing it for a very long time, and it's been effective. Nobody died from it. Nobody freaked out.
What is it called, or do they have a name for it?
It's called ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Sounds very exotic.
It is pretty exotic.
Ayahuasca.
special guest. You should look into it also.
Yeah, sounds. I mean, I do gotta figure out where the fuck I'm going.
True, yeah, and it would help. I mean, when you dissolve your ego and you take away all those different outside influences that comprise special guest, you figure things out. Things
Yeah.
get figured out. Bill? Was it Bill?
Ted.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So
No, yeah, I'm not one that really has it figured out yet.
that's fine. It's okay. Everybody works at their own pace. To each their own.
But I mean, I'm glad I didn't rush into it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't, jump into college and say, well, I want to do this, and then after all those years of college,
Find out you fucking hate
I
it.
fucking hate it. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I do sort of have somewhat of an idea, but
Yeah.
everybody loves music.
Yep. It's true.
Everybody, you. It's very rare that nobody likes music, and what I would like to do is basically provide that joy. Not in a sense of making the music, but
Somehow.
DJing. Basically, I'd like to step into that,
I
try
think it would
it,
be
try my
awesome.
hand at it,
Yeah.
and just like I like putting on a song and seeing people.
What it does to people.
Yeah, seeing that it does provide a happiness, and
Absolutely.
I mean that's sort of an idea, but around here, not a lot of outlets for it. I could fucking go click a mouse like Teddy Azure and shit.
Whoa. Special guest. Busting out the locals.
No, I mean
He's not going to see this.
I doubt it, but
Yeah, he is. No, it's not.
no, I mean there's not a lot of outlets for it, so.
Yeah. No kidding.
And even if I did try, I'm sure there would be some people who would try and pull me back, try and bring me down.
There's going to be those crabs in the barrel.
Fucking crabs.
To all of you crabs in your barrels, get some damn entertainment value in your lives and improve yourself. Because it gets better. It really does.
So much more to life.
There's a lot to life. It's a pretty beautiful thing. I enjoy it. I enjoy a lot about it. It gets me up in the morning. It gives me something to dream about. And I don't know how to follow that up.
It's a tough one.
It's tough to follow up.
Yeah.
But I'm just rambling because I'm enjoying my time with my special guest and my other personalities around here.
Yeah.
That I call Bill and Ted
Bill and Ted.
and Lamp. I love Lamp.
Got to
Then what? Your turn. Go.
reservation fucktards.
Reservation Fucktards is probably the most recent entertaining thing that has ever happened to Facebook.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
It's pretty awesome because it's people you know put in situations they don't want to be in that was captured by a fortunate soul who was paying attention, and you are immortalized in reservation fucktardedness. Somebody should start a Haver page like that. Somebody.
Well, I mean, yeah, with the fucktards thing is you either know the person or you
Yes.
know somebody like that.
Yeah, that's
You know, I mean, yeah, it is sort of. Well, you can't say it's racist because it's I'm sure it's another it's
Yeah.
another Native American making fun of
Other Native Americans.
Yeah,
maybe.
which-
In theory, because there is some insider knowledge.
Yeah, there has to be. I mean, there can't be a white guy that knows
That's true. Yeah.
so much of what we do.
It's very true. Yeah.
And I mean, you can, I guess, look at it as racism because I'm sure there are some white people that get entertainment out of it, where,
Yeah.
like we all got entertainment out of Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah.
But
true.
I guess one time he sees, someone laughing too hard at a
Yeah.
racist joke, and he just kind of
That's
steps back and looks at what he's doing, and it's
Yeah.
like he doesn't like it no more, so
Yeah.
he fucking turns down $50 million.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like, with the blue collar and the redneck thing and all of that stuff, I think a lot of that was just overplayed. But at the same time, as it began, it's people making fun of their people.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, that's entertaining. That's, it's, if you can't get the entertainment out of it,
The irony.
you gotta stick
Can't
up your
respect
ass.
the irony. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
true.
mean, fucking pull your head out of your ass and laugh at yourself. If you can't laugh at yourself,
Expand your mind.
yeah.
Speaking of expanding minds, just kidding. I was going to make a shameless plug.
Shameless
don't-
plug.
I don't have it handy.
Alpha Brain?
Yeah, I'm influenced a lot by, of course, the Joe Rogan Experience, and I listen to a lot of the advice that he gives out. Alpha Brain is a pretty incredible supplement.
I have yet to try that.
You will. You
But
will
I
try it.
don't need.
You're good. You don't need it.
Well, I mean, you think my work doesn't necessarily take a lot of thinking. I don't see a sense to where I would necessarily need it. Like, if I were to try it, it would be more just experimental rather than, let's see.
It would be like the time that you would notice a difference would be like right now
Yeah,
when you're trying to
think of,
keep your ears going with all the babbling that I'm doing,
yeah.
and then
Well, next time we'll give that a shot.
absolutely, sir, absolutely.
Do I snort it or?
No, what? You inject it intravenously. We boil it in a spoon. No.
It's just a pill.
Yeah, it's just a capsule of natural supplements that help to facilitate the production of
Your brain?
neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters. I don't know why I just bit my tongue when I said that. Something about neurotransmitters. It's like a guy that's got a bone disease on South Park and he can't say the T in planetarium.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You gotta see that one. I had way too much time on my hands at that point in my life. That's why I remember that.
But I mean,
Planetarium. Yeah. So,
Top Gear.
special guest, Top Gear, definitely takes up a good portion of my life.
23rd.
23rd.
Yes.
Family Guy takes up a lot of my
I'm
life.
telling you, man, American Dad.
I gotta watch it.
You gotta check it out. It's
Oh, he starts by singing "Good Morning USA."
Yeah,
I
that
have,
one.
I have seen some of that.
oh man, I mean,
Isn't that another Seth MacFarlane
Yeah.
brainchild? Yeah.
Yeah,
Seth
I mean, it's-
MacFarlane is pretty awesome.
some of the shows you kind of got to know the characters to get the funny.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna jump into Family Guy and you have no idea
You gotta be
Stewie
able to
and
relate.
Brian's, and shit they get into.
Can't believe he played with the idea of killing Brian.
I really think he just did that to
Get a reaction.
Troll.
Yeah.
for
Let
just
everybody know
reaction. A lot of people
I'm in
talking
charge.
about it. A lot of people, because there was a lot of people. There's honestly people who got fucking rest in peace Brian tattoos. How stupid do they feel
Wow.
now?
Those people definitely need to find something better to do with
A
their
better
lives.
outlet.
Yes, a better outlet.
But yeah, I mean there was
Podcasting, ladies and gentlemen.
a lot of people going all out, like rest in peace Brian, like is an actual person, an actual being.
That's the real
I
name
mean,
of the
it's-
special
it's-
guest, by the way.
It's just a character that
Brian. Say
and-
hi, Brian.
hi, and they all like he's this whole season was pre-written. It was already it's
Yeah.
already all.
It was done a long time ago.
Yeah, so it's not like he's, killed Brian and then, oh, they don't like it, let's bring him back. No.
Yeah.
This is all planned. This is all pre-planned out.
Presupposed.
Yeah.
I think it was genius.
Yeah, he did get a lot of people talking about it. So, I mean, yeah, Seth MacFarlane is a very smart individual. I mean, yeah, he makes stupid fart jokes, but...
He makes stupid fucking Conway Twitty jokes.
Oh, fuck Conway Twitty. Fucking Conway Bieber. Yeah, he did. He went there. He did that. Fuck.
Why? Why?
I mean, right away it was, I don't know. What really bothered me is he actually played an entire Conway Twitty song for the skit.
A whole song.
The entire fucking 3 to 4 minute song. And what do you do? I mean, do you laugh? Do you listen? Do you change the channel?
I change the channel.
Yeah.
I'm the type to change the channel because those kind of sounds coming out of a person's mouth and
Yeah.
fingertips make me want to punch somebody in the face
I'm not-
really hard.
I'm not too in the country,
Yeah.
but to each their own, I guess.
Yeah. I call it
But-
country too. I won't put the M word after country.
No, it's not.
It's just a collection of sounds that make people want to shoot themselves in the face.
There was a
because
study
they're
that
drunks, and it
Yeah.
lowers your IQ.
there was a study that the area with the most country radio stations
Yes.
has had one of the highest suicide rates.
Yeah.
So,
We're pretty close, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. So you could change. You could make a change.
but yeah, it is depressing music, and
Yeah.
some people do enjoy it. And, I just
Good
don't.
for them. Yeah, I
You know?
don't.
Some people don't enjoy rap, but hey, I do.
Yeah, not anymore. I like the
No,
old school stuff.
it is depreciating
There's
in
a
some way.
comedian. I have to find out who this comedian is, but he started talking about it, and he said, "How about this new one? Ass, 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 ass. What fucking genius wrote that song?" And that's the same thing that I'm thinking is, yeah, somebody.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, some of
Wow.
it's more for the club, I guess, more for, the club atmosphere. I'm sure it has a nice bass line and a nice beat,
True.
but no, the lyrics aren't very deep.
It makes the girlies want to shake their backsides, and the men want to.
Well, I mean, if a girl's shaking her ass, I'm not going to complain.
I do not complain about that either, sir.
No.
Touche.
Nicki Minaj shook the
Touche.
shit out of her ass in that video,
Sure.
so. But yeah,
I've never seen the video.
it's not necessarily, deep in some sense, and that is, in a way depreciating it. It is turning people off of the
Yes.
genre.
Yep. I can agree with that.
But I mean, there is still the lyricist. There is still J. Cole. He's
Yeah.
got some good lyrics. There's, one of the greatest, in my opinion, Eminem.
You know, one thing I don't get is why would you sing about making love like gorillas? In what world does that make sense?
Making love like gorillas.
Yeah, there's a new song I heard. That was the hook. That was the hook of the song.
No, see, that stuff I don't necessarily
Yeah.
subject myself to.
Yeah, I mean, in what world is that alright? You know?
What, like throw your shit at someone afterwards,
I
or?
think that's what was implied.
Yeah, no gorilla fucking for me.
Not for me neither. I'll pass. Thank you very much.
Feces is not
Special
my
guest
forte.
nailed it with that one.
But yeah, there is
However,
the lyrical ones.
yeah. See, I'm still a fan of Mos Def, Common, Talib Kweli. But the old obscure storytellers is what
Yeah.
I was really a big fan of. But
Wu-Tang is coming out too.
Wu-Tang,
Wu-Tang ain't nothing to
Absolutely.
fuck with.
yes.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure there was talks of them coming out with another one.
Yeah.
I mean, in some sense, I'm not a fan of well, not necessarily not a fan, but I don't listen to a lot of it, but, and a lot of it is still good.
Yeah.
Like, Kendrick is one of the new ones that, yeah, some of it's not very... See, they have, like, radio hits, and then they have, the rest of the album.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be, producers and the higher-ups that are going to, we don't want to put this out because we can't play this on radio, and that's all they care about is radio plays and money in their pocket. They don't actually care about the production value or, the message.
entertainment. Yeah.
Like, a few years back, Lupe Fiasco put out an album he didn't really like, but that's what the
Yeah.
producers wanted. That's what the the record execs wanted because they needed radio hits, and he was
And they
just
needed more money.
yeah. So
See,
he
folks,
was
money makes people do some stupid shit. If you understand that now, you're gonna make better decisions about your life.
but yeah, it's just greed.
It's a tough, greedy world. Special guest.
I think we're gonna stop
Nick?
with the special guest, Swartzen.
No, Brian. Sorry, Brian. Special
Brian.
guest Brian. Reincarnated.
Yeah, it was crazy how people went off about Brian being dead and shit.
Yeah,
Made a big deal.
poor bored bastards. I say bastards with the utmost disrespect. What?
Bastards.
Disrespect intended. So not too bad. We're a little over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Should we bring it home? What else is there to talk about?
I'm sure there's a lot, but after too long, it gets harder to think. After too late, it is what, 11:30?
It's 11:39 where we are right now.
Yeah, I can't stay up as late as I used to.
And this section of the NPR News is being brought to you by
Say
special
NPR.
guest Brian and his sweaty
Stop
balls.
talking like that. I'm gonna fucking go to sleep.
Special guest, wake up.
Oh, quit talking like NPR News.
Right. So, like, if this was like a Rap City thing, we would be upstairs. We would be in the attic.
Rap City.
We couldn't be the basement.
No, we're not in the
We'd
basement.
have to be
we're,
the attic.
we're several floors up.
Several. Because that's how I do.
But don't expect no freestyles.
I'm above downtown. Don't expect any beatboxing either. Excuse me. I think that that incredible amount of unhealthy food that our local Pizza Hut has supplied to us deserves to get destroyed
Yeah.
when we're done here.
I'm ready for another slice.
Definitely ready.
And then ready for that
hard.
food coma.
I've worked hard for that Pizza Hut
I
food.
might need to start working out.
Yeah, you ever want to do that, you let me know. Special guest Brian.
Well, like I said, after my job, I'm pretty fucking
Pretty well spent.
yeah,
Pretty well
physically.
Toasted, but not like that.
Because I, do quite a lot of lifting.
True.
Quite a lot of walking.
You're a bad motherfucker.
Not necessarily in that sense.
I think you are.
No, I appreciate
you are,
it,
sir.
but
You don't see me doing that. Look at me. When they're talking
fucking
to new
getting
people,
paper cuts and shit.
I hurt. Ow.
Yes. Well, like another issue I always thought was, if there's any sort of sense of, that much danger or, I could fucking die,
Very true.
If your job can actually kill you, I think you should be making a fairly decent amount.
Absolutely. I think teachers are underpaid in this country also.
That as well. Because, they're basically our hope
Yeah.
for the future.
Yeah, they're going to determine what's going to happen with this country. And we're all stupid as shit right now, just mostly because of technology and
Yeah.
Lazy-
Smartphones,
lazy
stupid
efforts.
people.
Yeah. Gotta try harder, everybody. Just try harder. Do me that solid. Do me that kindness and just try harder. Like, there's a video that you need to go watch on YouTube where somebody put a little bit of production to a rant that Joe Rogan had where he says, be the hero of your own story.
Yeah.
If you woke up tomorrow, pretend that this is the part of the story where it gets really good and you start becoming that hero in your own story. What's it going to take? What would you do? What steps would you make happen to make yourself that hero and start turning your life into what you want it to be? And that's one of the things I think about when I wake up every day. And then about a half hour after that, I think. I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be your own hero when you're busy trying to survive.
Very true.
You're busy trying to, worrying about how you're going to get to work next week, or worrying about, keeping your energy up.
Absolutely.
Fucking paycheck to paycheck.
It's a crime to be broke in America. Michael
Yeah.
Franti and Spearhead. Told you I'm a hippie. Don't deny me that.
Fucking hippie.
Filthy hippie. This was good. You comfortable? Mostly?
Much, yeah. I mean, way more comfortable than when we started.
Yeah. That's all it takes is just blasting out that awkwardness and making all you folks put up with it.
Yeah, it's something you have to fight through, and
Mm-hmm.
if we still have those 3 viewers,
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't even check.
might have lost them.
Probably bored them off.
Yeah. This
But it was good.
was an attempt.
Yeah. We got some time down. People are doing something with themselves.
Well, it is 11:40.
Yeah, hopefully we talked everybody to sleep. Thank you for listening to...
Knock it off with that shit.
Small towns, small minds. Yeah, this is going to take a while to upload too, so it'll be there by the morning when you wake up. Everybody, you turn it on to Pure News.
Yeah, it's not helping.
4 actually. Wow.
Oh, we gained a viewer.
I
Wow.
have gained a viewer. I am proud of you. Put it there,
If
special
you're
guest.
just now joining us,
Special guest
I'm-
Brian.
Yeah. Fucking.
Not too bad. What else? Before we bring it on home,
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil died.
Uncle Phil.
Fresh Prince.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Very-
So now,
we already have. Yeah, we already
He's a
have a
fresh
few
king.
deaths. We already have a few deaths this year, and it's only what. Fucking a week into it.
7th. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost the 8th.
Yeah, we're a week into it, and we already have like 3 or 4. I mean, I'm sure there's way more. Fuck, how many people die a day?
It's true.
But I mean, I guess.
Like the important people.
No, I'm not gonna say that. But I mean,
That's awesome.
very,
Prominent.
very well
Personalities.
documented deaths, I guess.
True. Yeah. Significant influences in some people's lives. So does
Yeah,
that,
I
does that
mean-
make him the fresh king?
I mean,
Is he now the fresh king of Bel Air?
you gotta admit, like, Uncle Phil did teach some people how to be a man.
It's very true.
I mean, yeah, it was a scripted show, but
I think,
it did have a message in it. He did,
I think his portrayal of that character was impressive.
yeah.
Yes.
And Will Smith, that show brought us Will Smith, one of the great actors.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty awesome. He's pretty incredible. I cannot deny his acting prowess.
But yeah, there's already quite a few deaths in 2014, so not off to a great start.
There's a lot of bad jokes about a lot of those deaths too that happened recently.
Fuck,
Which is
it-
entertaining.
It starts right away though.
Yeah. There's no
Uh,
shame, no mercy. But-
Nothing's off.
Yeah, nothing from
No.
nothing leaves.
Well,
nothing.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, maybe it's just me getting old, but I don't much care for this
You
generation.
should stop getting old. Special guest Brian.
That's nothing you can change. That's not.
Ray Kurzweil's got a theory on
If I were to stop getting old, then that would be the death of me.
it.
So
Yeah, that's true. Very well put. And on that bombshell, I think it's time to end. Thank you very much for watching. Good
back
night.
to the studio.
Back to the studio. You stole my line.
I can't wait for Top Gear.
Yeah, so I'm going to turn it off. But that is the first, hopefully, in a series of quite a few of these different shows of Small Town, Small Mind. It's just a candid conversation between a few different dudes, or dudes and chicks, whoever wants to join us.
Yeah, I have to get more equipment.
Get more equipment, set it up a little bit better in here, and
Yeah.
then have a conversation with people before we actually get started, just so nobody is surprised by anything that might come out.
Yeah, I might have hit you with a few.
Oh no, it's fine. We did okay. I think there's no objections. We gained a viewer over time here.
Yeah,
So
can't argue with that.
I am going to sign it off.
Okay.
So,
We'll have to work on a sign off thing.
how about I just say poof?
I like On That Bombshell, but we're taking it away from Clarkson.
That's true.
And we'll have to do, we can't do some stigisms.
Powerful Jeremy Clarkson. Some
Oh.
say.
Brilliant Jeremy Clarkson.
Brilliant Jeremy Clarkson. Alright.
We'll work on a sign off.
What if I said peace out, motherfuckers?
That's very cliche.